In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. Hello and welcome, students of grade 11. In this video, I'm going to show you an amazing facts about the history of writing. Just follow me carefully and let's start it. The history of writing. Answer this question. What do you know about Mesopotamians? Mesopotamians. Did you hear about Mesopotamians before? The Mesopotamians used pictograms mainly to communicate economic information about agriculture. New vocabulary for today. Pictograms. 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 It's noun. A type of graph that uses pictures or symbols for a word or phrase. So the word pictograms means a type of graph that uses pictures or symbols for a word or phrase. Next word. BCE. 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 It's noun, and really BCE indicates a number of years or centuries before the year in which Jesus Christ is believed to have been born, and BCE is an abbreviation for before the Common Era. Let's take an example. When and where did the story of writing start? It started in Mesopotamians in about 3000 BCE. Next word, financial. 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 It's an adjective and relating to money or how money is managed. Example, they also use pictograms to communicate economic information about financial matters. Next word, gradually. 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 It's an adverb, means slowly. Slowly. Gradually, these pictures became a system of cuneiform symbols which were inscribed on blocks of clay with reeds. Next word, cuneiform. 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 This word is a noun and of a form of writing used for over 3000 years until the 1st century BC in the ancient countries of Western Asia. Example, gradually these pictures became a system of cuneiform symbols which were inscribed on blocks of clay with reeds. Next word, inscribe. 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 It's a verb and meaning to write or carve words or symbols on something, etc., etc., a formal or permanent record. And the same example, gradually these pictures became a system of cuneiform symbols which were inscribed on blocks of clay with reeds. And reed. 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 It's noun, a tall, slender-leaved plant of the grass family that grows in water or on marshy ground. Gradually, these pictures became a system of cuneiform symbols which were inscribed on blocks of clay with reeds, and this is the example. Scribe. 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 The word is noun, meaning a person who copies out documents, etc., etc., one employed to do this before printing was invented. Example, Professional writers called scribes wrote about life and trade. Quotidian, quotidian, quotidian. It's an adjective meaning occurring every day, daily. It happens daily. Scribes wrote about quotidian life and trade. Scribes wrote about quotidian life and trade. Next word, ameliorated, ameliorated, ameliorated. It's an adjective to make a bad or unpleasant situation better. The Roman alphabet is an ameliorated form of the Phoenician alphabet. Next, hieroglyphics, hieroglyphics, hieroglyphics. It's noun and it's a system of writing that uses pictures instead of words, especially as used in ancient Egypt. Example, at about the same time, another system based on pictures or hieroglyphics developed in Egypt. Character, character, character. It's a noun. Characters represent words. Example, Chinese scribes started writing on Torres shells using a system of characters similar to those which Chinese people still use today. And empire, empire, empire. The word is noun. A group of countries ruled by a single person, government, or country. Throughout, throughout, throughout. It's an adjective and it's used throughout the Arab world. It's an example. Precious, precious, precious. The word is an adjective, a meaning of great value, not to be wasted or treated carelessly. An example, Arabic writing is a precious art form. And finally, practical, practical, practical. Try to repeat these words after me, please. Try to repeat them. Practical. It's an adjective and meaning relating to experience, real situations, or actions rather than ideas or imagination. Example, Arabic writing is a precious art form as well as a practical method of communication. Let's summarize these words. Ameliorated, PCE, cuneiform, financial, gradually, hieroglyphics, inscribe, pictogram, quotidian, read, scribe, character, empire, practical, precious, and throughout. Okay, open your storybook, page 40. The history of writing. Write the names of the countries or places the arrows point to. The answer, cuneiform, Iraq, simple pictograms, Iraq, Roman alphabet, Italy, Egyptian hieroglyphics, Egypt, Chinese characters, China, ancient Greek, Greece, Arabic, Arab world. It's your turn to speak. Discuss the following questions in pairs or groups. The first, what did you find most difficult when you started to write in English? What did you find most difficult about writing in your own language? And do you think that human beings will one day have a single system of writing? After answering these questions, open your student's book, page 41. You are going to listen to a text about the history of writing. Just listen to the text and come back again to answer some questions.
Unit 5, 5.1, page 41, Exercise 4. The history of writing. Human beings have been writing their languages for over 5,000 years. The story started in Mesopotamia in about 3000 BCE, when people living in the region developed a kind of writing to document and pass on information. The Mesopotamians used pictograms mainly to communicate economic information, for example about agriculture and financial matters. Gradually, these pictures became a system of cuneiform symbols, which were inscribed on blocks of clay with reeds. Only certain people knew how to write, and for thousands of years professional writers called scribes wrote about quotidian life and trade. Cuneiform gave countries of the ancient world a way of recording their history. At about the same time, another system based on pictures, or hieroglyphics, developed in Egypt. In about 1500 BCE, Chinese scribes started writing on tortoise shells, using a system of characters similar to those which Chinese people still use today. Characters represent words, so people have to learn to recognize thousands of characters before they can read even a simple story. Traditionally, the Chinese write with a brush and ink. The Phoenicians invented writing based on an alphabet, a system in which each letter represents a sound, and letters are combined to make words. The Roman alphabet, which has 26 letters, is an ameliorated form of the Phoenician alphabet. Most European countries have been making use of this alphabet since they were part of the Roman Empire 2000 years ago. The written form of Arabic, which people have been using since the 4th century CE, is the second most widely used alphabet in the world. It is used throughout the Arab world and is also the basis of other forms of writing, such as Malay, Urdu, and Turkish. Unlike systems based on the Roman alphabet, Arabic is written from right to left. It has 28 letters. Like Chinese, Arabic writing is a precious art form, as well as a practical method of communication.
have you got the meaning and the idea of the text? Okay, let's answer the questions. Question number 5. Complete the sentence beginnings from 1 to 4 with their correct endings. 1. Pictograms were mainly used for writing about quotidian life, for keeping important records of writers, for communicating economic information. 2. The Chinese writing system is very difficult because its characters are hard to write. Every character represents a word. The Chinese write with a brush and ink. 3. The Arabic alphabet differs from the Roman alphabet in it has fewer letters in its alphabet. It's written from right to left. It's a much more practical method of communication. Let's check the answers. 1. Pictograms were mainly used, yes, for communicating economic information. And the Chinese writing system is very difficult because, every character represents a word. Finally, the Arabic alphabet differs from the Roman alphabet in that it's written from right to left. And in the end, I'm going to give you a question. Think about this question and send me the answer. Please, the question: which system of writing is similar to the Mesopotamians' pictograms? Which system of writing is similar to the Mesopotamians' pictograms? This is really the end of my video today. Thank you for watching and goodbye.